I'm Janice.
I'm James.
And we're Unstable Culture. This is our Tuesday check-in videos. If you want more of our Tuesday check-in videos, go ahead, like and subscribe. And we'll be providing more of the Tuesday check-in videos every Tuesday. And
You start.
okay. There's been a few days that have been kind of rough. And don't really know where I should start. Yes, we are a mental health channel, and we talk about how we are doing and what's been going on within the past few weeks, or within the past week. And right now I don't really know where I need to start.
I'm not doing very good. My stress level is higher than it was last week, and I'm just don't know what to do right now. I'm feeling stressed out. I'm trying not to have an episode right now and everything. A lot of factors that have been going on in regards to people that live here and that besides us too, and other things going on, and yeah, just the add to the days started off with being okay, I guess. And yeah, getting the email from Razor, who has been giving us problems for the last 2 weeks. Ordered a Razor ripsaw from them, paid for expedited shipping, but because the way their system processes someone's address, the apartment address or the lot number to where we live didn't get put on there, so FedEx didn't deliver it the day it was supposed to. Got a call from FedEx, them saying, give us a call and let us know what it is so we can deliver it. I did that, but of course then they wanted to charge me money to do that because I'm not the shipper, I'm the recipient. Contacted Razor, they said, okay, we'll go ahead and get it fixed. And this is all within a few hours of each other of finding out that they couldn't deliver it, and Razor said they'd get it fixed. Well, nothing happened. Gave them several days, nothing happened. Got another call again from FedEx about 4 days after the initial delivery date, them wanting me to know what the address is, and this is after contacting Razor twice to find out what's going on, and kept getting the runaround with it to the point where we had to go pick it up from the delivery center, from the shipping from FedEx. We had to drive 20 minutes out of our way to go pick it up. Then that was last week Wednesday when we went and picked that up. That was 5 days after the original delivery date, which is actually even farther outside of what it would have been if I hadn't paid for expedited shipping. So then turn around and contact Razor wanting to refund on the expedited shipping since it didn't happen because of their system. And I'm not the only person who's had this issue with them. I've checked on their forums and supports and all that. I'm not the only person with the issue. But did they fix it? No, of course not. Or did they refund the shipping money? No. According to them, they can't do partial refunds, which I know is a lie, because I'm sorry, any system that's any computer system, especially one for a company that makes computer parts and accessories, it shouldn't be that hard to issue somebody a refund for the shipping for their mistake. Dealt with that this morning, so kind of that got to me. It's, or more than, what's the point in paying for something if you don't get it? And the only thing they offered was, here's 15% off of a peripheral that you can buy from us. That is good only until October 1st. I am not buying anything from them directly again. May not buy any of their products in the future, honestly. If this is how they treat customers that have bought. We've bought
a lot of things from razors. We have gotten 2 rip saws.
2 of the Nari Ultimate headphones.
And the Razer Siren Elite microphone.
We've bought all that. Most of it we've bought from third party like Best Buy or Amazon, Best Buy and Micro Center.
Best Buy, Amazon, and Micro Center is where we
got our stuff. Well, it was the first time we tried buying from Razer, and it went it was crap. It was So that's the way the last 2 weeks have gone with that. So that's gotten me stressed out and everything like that.
Today was also the Baxter's Delivery, which is every month, first week of.
It's usually the first full week of a month. Baxter is the place that delivers my dad's dialysis for his at-home dialysis. Then they give us this 4-hour window, and then they tell us about 20 to 30 minutes ahead of time that they're showing up. The window this morning was from 8 to noon. They showed up around 10 o'clock. Yeah. That's always a fun thing, and the order wasn't. And we got partial orders coming in today and tomorrow of it too, because it's all not being all shipped by Baxter directly. It's got UPS bringing stuff in. So that's always just a fun way to start your morning.
Last week was rougher than our normal weeks. One of the things that was going on is that there's been a few episodes that both me and James have had, and especially on Saturday, what started the issue on Saturday was basically lack of communication. And it's something that we're both trying to work on.
I don't know what else to say. I really don't right now. So
there's a lot more that I know that I need to work on in regards of trying to help James out when he is feeling the way that he feels. And sometimes I know that I don't help in regards to the situation, because there is times that I make the matters worse. One of the biggest issues, especially for today, is as we're getting ready, because of, again, lack of communication. We've talked about doing the opening, and James doesn't remember, and
this is twice in a row. I remember just very clearly this video and the last video. She started with the like and subscribe thing, which throws me off because that's something I have always felt in every video I watch and all the YouTube channels I watch. That's always something that's put at the end, not at the beginning. And so, goes according to her, 3 weeks ago we had this conversation about us talking about changing up the video, and I have no recollection at all of having the conversation, like not even the slightest bit. And part of that bothers me because I know that she gets frustrated because she's mad because she's basically mad because to her we had this conversation but I don't remember it, so it upsets her. And that unfortunately plays into my insecurity because I don't remember having a conversation that I'm being told we had, and that bothers me because that means things are happening and I'm not remembering, or I'm not connected to it in some way because of either me having a hallucination or something, or missing time or something because of it, because of my condition. And when she gets mad, and I can tell she's mad because I don't remember that conversation, that bothers me because that means she's not. I feel like she's not understanding what's going on because about how disturbed I am by the fact of me missing things like that. And the feeling that that she's getting upset because of me not remembering something when there's no control, I have zero control over it, just makes me feel like I'm getting blamed for being the way I am. Hence the way I'm feeling right now, and trying to just keep it together and not want to shut down or not lead into what's already going on in my head. So yeah, that's all I can say right now.
But that's not the case in regards. Yes, I am upset. But also in regards with me feeling upset, also just like with James, I do as well have stuff that plays into it as well as, okay, what if we didn't have that conversation and thought that we did? And that plays into, okay, maybe I'm losing my mind and not communicating as well as I thought. There's been a couple of instances that has happened where I thought I communicated or I thought I did something because one of the personalities probably took control, and not knowing for sure if that had happened or what. So in regards, yes, it is a little bit difficult when both of us have mental conditions, and when we try to do things or discuss things, sometimes it comes out as, okay, did we really talk about it for sure? And my biggest thing is, as James had pointed out to me on Saturday night, and that I need to make sure, is reiterating in regards of stuff that we talked about. Also, like making sure he's okay, and reassuring him that things are going to be fine, which usually things will be fine.
And when I'm having an episode, which this plays into something that happened last week, I was doing my dad's insulin, and there's two caps. There's a cap for the pusher, and there's the cap for the needle head. Well, I don't want to say I got them confused, but I literally grabbed the wrong one, and I saw I was trying to put the cap back on the needle head, and I saw that in my hand. And when I went to put it on, it was obviously it was the plunger cap, and I ended up poking all the way through that into my thumb, hard enough to bend the needle, like seriously bend the needle. And it freaked me out because I can't make a mistake when doing that, which means I had to completely stop doing what I was doing, have someone else take over of getting his insulin set up, because I can't give him too much, and giving him too little doesn't help either. So I was freaking out because thinking, okay, well, if I screwed this up because of seeing the wrong thing, then who knows how much if I screwed up doing that. Well, in that moment, I'm trying to freak out, and all I get was, I'm trying to deal with that, and in regards to anything else, nothing else came to me except for her asking if I was okay, and I said no, and then that's where it ended for me. Nothing else happened outside of that. And trying to get her and my mom to understand later on about what was going on, and not just that I mistook it, is I literally saw something different than than the reality of what was going on, which is something that unless you've experienced it, you don't know what it's like. And that's my biggest thing, is just that whole issue of feeling like no one understands what's going on.
Yeah, when that incident happened, yes, he was freaking out. I was cooking at the time, and first thing I did ask was, "Are you okay?" Because he rushed over to the kitchen sink. He told me what happened. And when he said no, I was like, "It's gonna be okay. You're fine. It's just, you're bleeding. Go to the bathroom and put a Band-Aid on your finger."
And I didn't hear any of that. I literally heard none of that. And to me, when all of this happened, she was already done cooking. Because we were putting my dad's dinner together. I mean, that's what was going on at the time for me. It's like she was getting his plate ready because the food was done. Because there's no point, because for me, and also everything I remember, is that you don't fix his insulin until we're ready to give him his food, because he can't have his insulin without him eating. So for me, all of that, she was done cooking, she was getting his plate ready, and I was doing the insulin, and then I jabbed it into my thumb to the point where yes, it bent the needle. And yes, I didn't hear her say anything about go to the bathroom, put a Band-Aid on it. I just did that on my own because my thumb was bleeding, like not a little bit, a lot. Because it actually left those, well, it's not, you can still see part of where, I can't show you, the camera can't focus that well, but I can still see where I jabbed it in, because it not just went in, but it tore because of how hard I did it, because I wasn't clearly what was going on was different than what was actually happening. So the whole situation, just for a schizophrenic, trying to realize when you realize, for me at least, when you realize that what you're seeing or what happened was different than what actually was going on, it's a scary thing, because you don't fully know, because it makes you question everything. And this isn't the first time I felt like this, and it's definitely not going to be the last. And yes, the feeling of not knowing what's really going on scares me, and for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, and with my DID, there is, if I'm not working with my other personalities and being aware of what's going on, yes, when they do take over, I do lose time, even days, maybe, at some points in times, like in the past, that used to happen. But with some of my personalities, yes, I have been working with them and being co-conscious, as my therapist has told me, is actually a good thing, where I'm aware of what's going on when they do take over. But there is times when they do take over where I'm not aware. And that's also scary in itself as well, but I've not had many of those episodes for a while. Probably within about to 3 months, which is a good thing. But with our mental conditions, it does tend to get a little bit scary. And it is hard for both people to have the different mental conditions, and it does get it is trial and error basically for both of us, and trying to work together. And the biggest thing that we do really need to work on is the communicating. And the biggest thing for me is just to make sure that when he does go through his episodes, reiterating that things are going to be okay and things are fine, to help lessen whatever's going on, and then making sure that I'm being positive and there for him.
For me, it's just it's a constant struggle because I never know 100% what's real for me. Because of I don't know what what I'm seeing or what I'm doing or what's going on is real. I really don't know that. So for me, it's hard to not to just give in and give up on it, and that's unfortunately been a big problem in regards to that.
And just what I've been doing is just, again, keep reiterating that it's going to be okay. And things do work out, things do get better, and then once again something ends up either stressing us out or triggering us, and we go through the cycle all over again. And it does get a little hectic at points, but as long as we work together, we get through it. But for now, that's been what's going on. But we have some things that we've actually been working on. I have been working on some game reviews and the anime reviews still. Last week did have some issue in regards of trying to capture and getting the audio to work.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with your computer because it was working perfectly fine. Then we hooked up both rip saws together to see if we could capture video from two different sources, like the camera and her PlayStation, and that worked fine. And we were like, okay, so we disconnected everything, and then after that we've been having some weird audio issues. And it's been then turn around and they for some reason they worked fine.
Don't know what we did. We tried Friday night. I was getting ready to stream the Assassin's Creed and was going to call it Assassin Friday. As I was getting ready, I had noticed that, wait a minute, when I thought that I had the sound fixed, no, it was not fixed. And there was no sound coming through, so then we did everything to check, from unplugging everything off of the ripsaw, making sure that all of the videos, connections, and everything was connected and making sure that the audio was set to the right setting to go through the ripsaw. And we spent from pretty much 6:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out what was going on. We tested both of the ripsaws. It wasn't the ripsaws. And tried doing a repair on my computer, which my computer wouldn't let me do a repair because it was like, oh, it's fine. And
Because, yeah, we just did the fresh install of Windows that you guys saw the one video. And, yeah, no idea what's going on.
yeah, James thinks that my computer is got the same condition as I do. It has DID. And sometimes I think that he might be right. Because my computer also lately has not been going into sleep mode, and when I grab it and start trying to do things with my laptop closed, I pull it out. The past few days it's been hot to the touch. So gonna try to work on figuring out why my laptop is still running when it's supposed to be in sleep mode, or whatever it's supposed to be doing when I'm not using it. And what are some of the things that you will be working on?
My Ghost of Tsushima review will be coming up. I want to call it an early review just because it is an early review. It is not. I've not finished the game yet, but I'm more than far enough through the game to know basically just. I know exactly what in regards to. I know what my review of the game is going to be. Because, yeah, I mean, I've experienced enough and I know enough in regards to it. I just know that, it's what I'm gonna mark this game. I'm not gonna give it a score or anything like that. But I am going to, I do have an idea of what I'm gonna, my impressions of the game are in regards to that. So that's coming up. We also have our gear in review coming up next week, where we literally are going to do a full review, a full overview, and our review of all of our gear that we've bought. That or not just bought, but also stuff that we had before that we've been using for all of these shoots.
Yep. It's kind of like what we started off for our process and where we're at right now. That's going to be, we're working on that as well. And one of the things that I will also be doing is also showing off my streaming setup on how I'm going to be streaming games, because yes, we use a lot of the gaming to help us cope, and it has been helping James a little bit more, especially with him playing Ghost of Tsushima, because he's been getting in depth with the game, and
you're not your best way to kind of give you. It's not your typical open world game. If you haven't played it, it is totally different than most open world games. Just the way in which they do things. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll go into depth, obviously, on my in my review. So.
And we'll be getting a few more things that here pretty soon. Just recently got some collector items of Sailor Moon that I will be getting here pretty soon, and I'm looking forward for that because I have been a fan of Sailor Moon for the longest time, and
Yes, she's a Moonie.
not that bad of a Moonie.
You're still a Moonie. You can say it doesn't matter. You're still a Moonie.
But yes, I'm looking forward for that. Do a video of that that's coming up. Because yes, for me, another thing was anime did help me also cope and kind of get away from reality for a little bit. And anything else that's coming up?
Not off the top of my head right now, but that's because I'm just trying to stay okay right now. So.
Alright, well, that is it for our Tuesday check-in. Again, if you like our Tuesday videos, go ahead, like and subscribe, and follow us on Facebook. We do have our Patreon page if you want to support us, because within our Patreon page we are going to be providing more in-depth videos and pictures of stuff that we have done. And also with our website, we have a forum that will be having more discussion or topics in regards of going on in regards to mental health, anime, gaming, tech, even news and updates of upcoming things that we are planning to do. And also our Facebook page, where we also update and post stuff as well, like when we're going to stream our games and stuff like that. So again, go ahead and check us out. The links are going to be below. And bye.
Hi.